Hello and welcome to the sixth episode of Grain Kernels. I'm Shauna Terpstra, and today I have Nick Williamson join me, who is the Senior Solutions Manager at Great Lakes Grain. How are you today, Nick?
Good morning, Shauna. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. I appreciate you having me on today.
Of course. Can you tell us a little bit about your position with Great Lakes Grain?
Yeah, absolutely. So my role here with Great Lakes Grain is a senior solutions manager, and a big part of my day today is focusing on sustainability. What that means, obviously, sustainability is a rather large topic, but what that means for us specifically at Great Lakes Grain is understanding the landscape, understanding what our end users are looking for, connecting farmers to end users through Great Lakes Grain. So end users have requests regarding sustainability. There's a lot of programs out there and confusion out there in regards to sustainability. And I think the biggest focus for Great Lakes Grain is to tell the story of the grower, tell the story of the Ontario farmer, and make sure that the Ontario farmer is being heard and the practices that are being done day to day, crop year after crop year, are being well recorded and well seen from our end users and our global supply chain.
For sure. So, how do you see sustainability changing in the future, and how do you think that's going to affect the grain industry?
So I think requests. I think the word mandate. I think we have to be well aware of how we're going to proceed here. And there's always two parts that I like to talk about: common sense and science. And if they don't work together, then we're not going to get behind a program. If there's not a common sense reason for this, and there's not a scientific evidence that data can prove that the information that we're capturing is moving towards a positive trend or we're doing this in the right direction, then we're going to struggle to get behind that, which means our growers are going to struggle to get behind that, and our end users are going to get confused, and it's going to go off in a bit of a strange way. So the way it moves forward for us is we bring in the programs, we look at everything, and we make sure that the science side of things and the common sense side of things work together, and we move forward year after year. To have a crystal ball and really understand where this is going is quite a big question, because quite frankly, I don't think any of us really thought that some of these mandates would be coming down the line so quickly, specifically the EU deforestation regulation that's coming into play here in December. But it's important for us to take that information in, realize how we can help our growers meet the standards needed to support and export into Europe, and yeah, make sure that the information is correct, attainable, and verified on the back end. So, yeah, we will see. We're navigating this year by year, but I do strongly believe that Ontario, Canada in general, we are some of the highest standards in the world when it comes to farming. I believe if we continue to farm in the best possible, most sustainable way we can, which is looking after the ground for the future generations that follow, that I would like to say every grower under the Great Lakes Grain Group is, then that's the best we can do, Shauna. So really is focusing on the common sense, trying to stay away from any negativity surrounding the word sustainability, and really promoting what we're doing on the farm. There's not a farmer that I know that I've ever met who isn't proud of what they're doing, who isn't farming for the next generation. And that's the story that we need to continue to tell to the rest of the world.
Thank you so much, Nick. I really love the insight behind and really gathering together. Like it's all, especially I would say under the Great Lakes Grain Circle, it's a lot of family farming. So it's all about that next generational focus. And as the age generation gets older, bringing in the younger farmers and keep advancing the operation. So what would you say is the largest change that you've seen in the agriculture industry regarding sustainability?
I think in regards to changes, I'm not sure that a specific practice on farm is changing, other than the fact that we're using data more, we're using digital technology more, we're using soil sampling, and we're capturing that data and making correct recommendations, more accurate recommendations. That's happening, but that's organically happening as we move forward with the supply chain and evolution of farming. So I'm not sure if it's a key change in regards to sustainability. It just is happening as a matter of need, as a matter of financial need, or as a matter of kind of maximizing profits or maximizing return of investment on the farm. So that's another reason why we go back to sustainability, and we can ask that question: what is sustainability? Sustainability is what you're doing every day, and how long you can make that farm the next 100 years, the next 1,000 years, the continued generations that follow. So I do believe that the changes we're seeing organically happening are using data to make recommendations. Digital tools are becoming a day-to-day, partner in what we do every single day. And the telling the story is really opening up. I think in years gone by, some growers might have been a little bit tentative to share some of their information of their farms. And I think now the narrative is turning where we're all in this together. We can all help each other out if we share information across platforms and share data. And I think that's happening. I think there's more cohesiveness between the farm gates. And I think as we move forward into the next 5, 6, 7 years, we will see a lot more cohesive behaviors internally and at the farm gate. And it's important that we keep maximizing yields, minimizing inputs, and that's a big part of moving forward here.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Nick, and thanks for your views on the future of sustainability. And that's it for today. And thank you all for joining me, and see you next time.